But this little old recipe that I like to use, I might as well get started. I got my meat been seasoning behind me. I mean seasoning. I got my meat seasoning behind me for my Mongolian beef. But anyway, I don't know how do y'all like beef and broccoli? My sons and I, we love beef and broccoli. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. Baking soda. Like my grandma would say. Baking soda. Hold on, I forgot my sugar. I forgot my sugar. Oh, let me use my little sugar right here. Ooh, that meat smell good. It's seasoned and oh, but yeah. One teaspoon of sugar to throw off that starchiness because we're gonna put, some starch in here. That's right up here on my other refrigerator. A tablespoon of cornstarch. That's half. Another half. That's 1 tablespoon. Let's see. We got the low sodium or less sodium. Recipes usually call for low sodium. It's basically less sodium. The less sodium bottle. You were sleeping? Did I wake you up from your sleep? That's what I mean, you know what? When you chilling and relaxing the whole day, 1 tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce. In this recipe, it calls for like 1.5 pounds of flank steak or whatever steak you use for your shredded, not shredded, but your sliced beef. But you know how it is when you stay up all day, you napping. I mean, not when you stay up all day, but when you relaxing and napping on and off throughout the day and just so relaxed. About time you get up in the morning, what I do with my water? About time you get up and at the nighttime, you be like, up. Okay. Here's my water. But you be up. So you can't even go to sleep. And that's me right now. I'm like, I cannot go to sleep at all. So 1 tablespoon of water. I was just gonna fix my food and just sit around and prep all my stuff for tomorrow. I thought I had everything with me. Where's my vegetable oil? Okay. Hopefully I don't have to get up no more. I thought I had everything around me that I needed, but obviously I did. Okay. 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I also have some canola oil too. This is a half tablespoon. So I got to do 4 halves to make the 2 tablespoons. But I got this vegetable oil for the beef, but I got canola oil for the egg rolls because canola oil is a lot better for deep frying, just in case y'all didn't know that. But yeah, it's a lot better. But you said, yeah. So yeah, I'm up now. I ain't no telling what time I'm gonna go to sleep. I really don't. Let me just kind of stir this up a little bit. Just kind of mix this up. And again, this recipe is just for 1.5 pounds of flank steak or Mongolian. The recipe, of course, is called Mongolian beef because of how they make it. But you need like flank steak, the steak you make for your fajitas, stuff like that. But so a half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1 tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of water, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and then 1.5 pounds of your flank steak. After you mix up all your ingredients, you're going to put your meat in here. So I'm going to put the meat in. Which has already been seasoning, and there's your meat. And actually the smallest pack I could find at the store where I went was like 2.11 pounds. So I just kind of scooped out like what I thought was like 1.5 pounds and left the rest in the bag. So this, we're going to stir in the seasonings and get it all nice and stirred up. It smells so good, y'all. I had already had it seasoned, with some of my favorite seasons, but I didn't put too much seasoning in it because of all this other stuff that I was going to have in here from the recipe. So that's pretty much mixed up. I'm going to put this in the fridge for an hour so it can marinate. So we're going to put this in the fridge. Let me just rinse my hands off or wash my hands off. Okay, hands are washed. Hopefully I got some room in here. Yeah. Okay, yes, some room there. Okay. Now, I have some black broccoli florets that I'm going to cut up. And that's only 1/2 of the recipe, of course. There's more ingredients that goes into. Sorry, over there talking to my son. My son's in the other room playing. I just bought a little piece of ginger from the store. Matter of fact, this tiny piece of ginger costs, can y'all see it okay? It costs 8 cents. That's how cheap ginger is. Because most of the time when you need ginger for a recipe, you only need a tiny little piece. But of course, if you probably serving a humongous dinner or having like a big crowd over, you would have to get a bigger stem of ginger. And some people don't buy fresh ginger. They just buy it already, in a jar. But I like fresh ginger. I love the smell of it. And it tastes good when you use it in recipes. When it's really fresh, you can really taste it. So anyway, I just have a little tiny piece of ginger. Like I said, I'm making egg rolls, and this is all for tomorrow, of course. It's like almost 1 o'clock in the morning, so ain't nobody eating this stuff tonight. But yeah, I'm using this right here, this ginger, and I'm going to put this in the egg rolls. So I have to put it in my blender though, because I only need like a couple of teaspoons of it. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But anyway, let me put this ginger in the blender real quick. So I need 2 teaspoons. So one of these little pieces should be enough. And I have a Ninja blender, by the way, that I have been having for years. And it still works. It still works awesome. Okay. One more little. I love my blender. Okay, give me a little. Okay, got me a little paper plate here for my little gingers. Here's one of the pieces to my ginger. Did I say ginger? I'm thinking of ginger, which I just blended and blender all together at the same time. Anywho, this is one of the little pieces of the blender from the Ninja that I bought years ago. These are small ones. I have two big ones, two big regular size blender cups or containers, whatever you call them things. For your juicers, for your when you blend in, bigger stuff or shakes, all that kind of stuff. But these little ones you can use for little stuff like this. When you're doing some onions or carrots or, just something small. Just trying to get it all out. Oh, ginger. It smells so good. Some people don't like ginger. I do. Try to get some out the lid. I don't think I really need to get this out the lid because it's pretty much enough. So anyway, this ginger, which I shredded, is going to be for the egg rolls. Now, I know sometimes I do egg rolls and I'll do like beef sometimes. Sometimes I didn't even combine beef with the pork, or I'll do beef separately or pork separately, or I'll do shrimp combined with the pork or shrimp separate, or we done it all kind of ways. But it's really, really good. I love me some egg rolls, and I like making them at home because you can make them as small as you want, as big as you want, so yeah. Anyhow, so that is that. So I'm going to get a bowl, and well, first of all, let me put this meat on the stove. Okay, I have a pound. The egg rolls call for a pound of whatever meat you want. Whether it's pork or beef, shrimp. Of course, if you use a shrimp, you gotta slice up the shrimp, slice it up to small pieces. Okay. So, 1 second, y'all. You gotta keep your hands clean. When you're cooking, gotta keep your hands clean. So I'm seasoning this meat up a little bit. Just a little bit. A little onion, a little garlic, a little seasoned salt. Okay, a little pepper. Okay, so I'm gonna cook this. Switch skillets. Put this on. Smelling good in here, y'all. Smelling good. Did I put Caesar salt on there already? I think I did. A little pepper. Okay. Stir this up and let this cook till it's done. Okay. Now I need another bowl. Okay. Really, really expensive. Oh yeah, this meat smells good. And it's going to taste so good in the egg rolls. Wash my hand again. Can never wash your hands too much when you're cooking. Okay. Whew. Okay, where's my other bowl? Where's my lettuce? Oh, let me put my grease. What do I do my canola? Okay. Put my grease for the egg rolls in the deep fryer. Ooh-wee. Okay, let me turn that on. Turn on the deep fryer so that can be warming up. And you can cook your egg rolls on the stove if you want. I just like making them in the crock pot. I don't know if y'all can see me way over here. And I got that meat on low so that it won't burn while I'm talking to you guys. Let's see. Let me get the lettuce. Most of y'all know I got 2 refrigerators. I got 2 refrigerators, so one of them is on the side of my little table. Some eggs. Okay. I think I made too much ginger. Whenever they call for garlic, this is what I usually use. I don't know if you can see it too well. This is what I usually use. So I'm going to add a little bit. Just a little bit. You want it too garlicky. You can smell the ginger and the garlic. Okay, so the first part of that recipe, again, I'm looking at my files on my phone. I have a file titled main dishes. I have a file titled side dishes. I have a file titled desserts and all kind of stuff. So, and then also I have like recipe books where I laminate pages and put them in books because those I'm going to leave to my children. Like especially their favorite recipes or the holiday recipes. I'm like, you don't never know if you get married, if you end up with a woman who knows how to cook or don't know how to cook, or maybe knows how to cook, but maybe she's a doctor, maybe she's a lawyer and spend lots of hours away from home. I'm like, you should know how to cook. Because that shows, men sometimes they will use an excuse for a woman not being in the kitchen all day, every day to do some things on the side. Not saying all men now, but y'all know when people have issues, sometimes it be, she don't ever cook or she ain't, anywho. But, yeah, so they should know how to cook. So even if it is desserts or something, maybe your wife or somebody might want to go into the dessert business, and I have lots and lots of recipes that I use that people love because y'all know I'm a personal custom cake decorator and I make all different types of cakes. So anyway, we already got our pork in the skillet with the ginger and the garlic. And basically you need like 2 teaspoons of ginger, 2 garlic cloves minced. So now we're going to salt, sugar, and soy sauce and sesame oil. And I already got my sauce in there. 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, 1 teaspoon of salt. So where's my sesame oil? Okay, here's my teaspoons. I got so much stuff on this counter. Okay, salt. The meat is about done. 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna mix that in. And since I already seasoned my meat pretty well, I'm only putting a 1/2 teaspoon of salt because I already seasoned my meat with what I wanted to season it with. Recipes sometimes just call for like salt or something like that. And I'm just stirring it up, just mixing it around. Okay. I'm gonna let that. And I got some sauces that wasn't really high in fat, so it don't even have to be drained. So that's a good thing. You said, hello, everyone. Tanya, okay, tonight you are so right. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? I didn't miss what. What part are you talking about when you say you are so right? And no cakes tonight. No cakes tonight. I got like 3 orders next weekend though. So I'll be one of those I'll decorate live next weekend. Because y'all know every time I get like some orders in, I try to at least decorate a few times a month live. Because although I'm a cake decorator, it's not my full-time job. That's something I just do on the side for fun. And DC12, did you see that I had won first place at the cake contest last week? Well, actually, it wasn't a contest. I mean, it wasn't a cake contest. It was a bake-off. So it could have been cakes. It could have been cookies. It could have been pies. It could have been, all kinds of stuff. Some people entered stuff like cake balls. It was rum cakes. I mean, people had all kinds of stuff. You said both my sons said, oh, yes, absolutely. I don't have any girls. So being that I didn't have any girls and both of my sons grew up playing sports all year round in the summertime, traveling out of town, playing sports. So they didn't have a lot of time to take advantage of the kitchen. So now that they're older, and the youngest one in college, the other one already went to college, but he still stay at home. So like all my favorite recipes throughout the years, whether it's desserts or like the recipe that I'm doing tonight, I have on files on my computer. So whenever they want to make anything, all they got to do is search, whether it's, chicken and dressing, dumplings, homemade baked mac and cheese, cakes, pies, banana pudding, whatever. I have tons and tons of desserts and recipes that I either found that worked good for me or from, my mother, grandmother, father, people who made the food for the holidays and all that stuff growing up, So I told them one day, I always tell them, one day I'm going to be gone. And when you have a taste for something, you be like, dang, how did mama make such and such, such and such? Oh, y'all got access to the files. Y'all got my books. Y'all got my dessert books. All that kind of stuff. So, yep. They'll be good. You said my O's play. Yes, they play sports like I used to hate when people would say to me, your sons don't know how to cook. You cook all the time. You bake all the time. And your sons don't. When do they have time to be in the kitchen? They go to school. Sometimes they have practice before school. Then they go to school. Then they got practice after school. Or they got games. Don't get home to 10, 11, midnight at night. Then on the weekends, they work in their little part-time jobs. Then they go into practice for 3-4 hours on the weekend. Then games. It's like, and they play sports all year. So even in the summertime, up at the crack of dawn. I mean, oh, Lord, let's not get on the summer elite basketball teams. I'm talking 4 or 5 games a day. I think the earliest game we ever had was at 8 a.m. Then the next one would be at like 10:30. Then the next one would be like 12:30. Then we go to lunch. Then the next game is at like 2, then 5, then 7. Then, oh, my God. So, yes, they grew up with a ball in their hand. And so I really hate when some people be like, your sons don't know how to cook. They didn't have time to learn how to cook. If they weren't at sports and all that kind of stuff, I was working, going to college at the same time, and finding time to meet 99.99% of all their games between both of my sons. If I wasn't at one game, and I used to hate when their games was at the same time, and I'd be like, okay, who game did I go to last time when this happened? Okay, I went to his last time when they had it at the same time, so I'm gonna go to this one this time when they got it at the same time. So it was like I was always ripping and running all around the city, raising them. So they didn't have that much time to spend in the kitchen. So, but some people don't understand that because some people kids didn't play sports, so they just think that your children, everybody's child, should know how to cook. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway. But what you been up to? You said I used to say I was playing too much. You know what? My some people when I was growing up, when my sons was growing up, sometimes people used to say, your sons play sports because the way that we grew up, I done said it before, a lot of my family member was in gangs. A lot. On my mother's side, my father's side, my stepfather's side, my godmother's side. I mean, everybody was in gangs when we was growing up. And it was like the only ones that really weren't in the street was like the ones who played sports. Now, don't get me wrong, there was people in sports who also was in the street, but usually it was like the ones in the streets didn't have time for sports. So when I had my sons, I was like, well, I want them to be different. I don't want them to be in the streets and running the streets and having so much time on their hands. So I told them at a very young age, I think my youngest son started playing sports in I want to say first or second grade. He was a baller. That little boy, first or second grade on the basketball hoops, before he even started playing basketball on a team, I knew that was going to be a baller. Then my oldest one, he was like so good at football when he was like 6, 7 years old. He couldn't play on a team because he had severe asthma, but he could at least throw a football around. And he had an arm like out of this world. He could play catch. He couldn't play football, but he could play catch. And so when he eventually grew out of his asthma, thanks to the help of God and a lot of medicines the doctors had him on, a lot of trial and error with medicines and things like that, he grew out of his asthma. He ended up being like a star player in our whole state, when he grew up. So they play sports a lot. And some people like, you think they're not playing too much sports? Like they play every quarter, they play a different sport every summer. No, they ain't playing too many sports. I'd rather for a child to be doing something productive, whether it's playing sports or doing community service or working or playing an instrument or I don't care. Besides sitting at home every day after school, watching TV or playing video games. So that was my answer to when people was like, why your sons always playing sports? Like sometimes people ask you the weirdest stuff. You said my husband kept them busy. Yes, you got to, especially boys. Hey, Design by V, how you doing? You said I'm hungry. Can I have some food, please? I'm actually cooking this for tomorrow, but if you was in here earlier, you probably would have heard my son say, can we have some tonight? I'm like, it's almost 2:00 in the morning. Take y'all bus to bed. I'm only cooking tonight because I wanted to chit chat with y'all about certain things going on in these YouTube streets. And I also wanted to prepare my dinner for tomorrow since I have to work at my part-time job tomorrow evening. So I figured I'd get the food ready tonight. But I got my pork cooked and everything for the egg rolls, my flank in the fridge marinating for the beef and broccoli stir fry, and I'm getting stuff together for the egg rolls right now. You said mine's play sports too? You said, girl, yes, not hanging a stick. Man, I'm telling y'all, it was whew. And I love my entire family. Even though some of them was doing certain things that they probably shouldn't have been doing growing up. That's family. Everybody has a family. with family members that might have made bad decisions. We all at our in myself added to that. I've done stuff in my past that I wasn't too proud of at the time, but as you grow older and you look back at everything you've done, everything you accomplished, everything you done got through, it's like you just learn from the things you did good, the things you did bad, right decisions, wrong decisions, and that also helps you to raise your children and tell them like, okay, I've been in the streets. I was raised in the streets. We hung in the streets. We did this, we did that, we did that. And that's why I'll be telling my sons all the time when they was growing up, you cannot out hustle a hustler. Like all the times they used to try to get one over me. Oh, it would be so funny because I would just bust them out and whatever it was that they tried to do, tried to hide, they'd be like, "Hey, mom, how you? Who told? Nobody. The same things y'all do nowadays ain't no different from what we did back in the day, and no different from some of the stuff we try to pull over our own parents' eyes. Ain't nothing new under the sun." And when y'all have y'all own children, I tell them all the time, when y'all have children the same way it is for us, you use that to your advantage when you're raising your own children and you have that little sixth sense saying they might not be where they're supposed to be right now, or they might be not doing what they said, or they might, you use that sixth sense. If it don't sound right, sniff them out. You said where we live, no streets to hang on. Oh shoot, what you got? A lot of country. Well, you is in the country, right? You in where you at? Is it Memphis? No, not Memphis. I can't remember. I can't remember where you. I know you down south. Is it Memphis, Louisiana? I think that's where you are. Designs by V. And your house. Oh my God, your house is so gorgeous. You said I'll tell my kids I had a dream and I see what you did. Uh-huh. Oh, that sound like my mom. Now y'all know y'all done heard me say my mom was like really religious. My mom was really, really religious. And she would say sometimes, God showed me in a dream that you wasn't doing such and such, or that you was up to such and such. I'm like, well, I'm just glad God don't appear in all your dreams. Because if God appeared in all your dreams, I'd be really in trouble. I mean, I would be really in trouble. I'm just cutting up some green onions right now. I got 4 green onions I'm cutting up for these egg rolls. But man, my mom had dreams. I dreamed that she was doing this or doing that, and a lot of times the dreams would be like wrong. I'm like, what? You need to have a come to Jesus moment, Mom, because I don't know who showed you that dream, but it wasn't God, because that ain't my life. You better talk to your sons. You said, I live in a gated community, no streets. Oh, okay. You stay in a gated community. Well, I mean, even though it's gated community, you still have like the outside world, right? I mean, if the kids wanted to actually hang out, right? But I know what you mean. I know what you mean. When you say gated community, like, I know exactly what you're saying. Oh, let's see. I'm gonna add these green onions to this 1 pound. I think it was like 15 or 16 ounce of the cabbage slaw, carrots packages that you can buy to make like, can y'all see? So I just added the green onions in there. You said, so I was sleeping and listening. You were sleeping and listening. That's okay. You said my kids are older and they still believe me about laundry. Oh, maybe I need to start using that. Well, they older now, but that youngest one, he's 18 though. He said, I'm going to serve. I knew you lived in Tennessee because you down there by Joyce, because I remember watching Joyce's video one day and you guys both appeared on the camera. Wasn't that you and Joyce? And y'all was both on the camera. And was that you and Joyce or was that somebody else? Maybe it was somebody else. I could have sworn it was you and Joyce though. Because you was out shopping and then she was out shopping and y'all both ran into each other into a store or something. Was that you and Joyce? Or am I tripping? Because for a cup of sesame. Where's my sesame oil? Did I put my sesame oil back? My meat might be cooled off a little bit. Let me grab my bowl. 1 minute, y'all, so I can put my meat in the bowl. And I'm going to turn on my deep fryer. Okay, got the deep fryer on for the egg rolls. Okay, let me wash my hands real quick. Okay, here's my sesame oil. Okay. Got my sesame oil. Okay, did I miss any comments? Okay, we got 6 people in here at almost 2 o'clock in the morning. What the heck y'all doing up? Let me know. Was y'all up bored? Did y'all just get in from the club? What's going on? Are y'all up late night sipping and drinking like I am? Let me know. I'll bring my egg over here. Okay, y'all, what I do with my egg? Okay, here we go. Got my eggs. Let me put some of these ingredients back that I don't no longer need. Put some of this stuff away. Vegetable oil. Let's see what else. The green onions up. You know they say, clean as you go, clean as you go. Okay, I think I got. Okay, and the deep fryer is cooking. I mean, on. But yeah, let me know how's your evening going. What do you guys have planned for tomorrow? What do you got planned for Saturday? Y'all know I'm going to be cooking. I mean, I'm going to be cooking tonight for a minute, but tomorrow morning I don't really have nothing to do. Tomorrow evening I do have to work. So in the meantime and in between time, I keep forgetting to get my fork. Matter of fact, I don't need to use a fork. Just use my little brush. I always rinse my utensils off even when I'm grabbing them out the drawer. So, all right, we were in the middle of getting the egg rolls prepared, or preparing for the egg rolls. I got the heat on in the deep fryer. These are the egg roll wraps that I'm using. They come, it says approximately 15. So yeah, it's 15 in here. So those are the egg roll wraps. They're actually the only egg roll wraps that was sold at the Walmart I went to. So you can find them at Walmart. But so I got 1.5 pounds of the pork already made. I showed y'all that already. And I got it mixed with the onion, carrot, slaw. I mean the lettuce, carrot, slaw mixture that you can buy, in the salad area. And I already put in, this is the ingredients I already put in there. 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh ginger that I put in my blender. 2 garlic cloves. Okay, that's what I gotta get. 2 garlic cloves. And again, y'all know, a lot of times I use for my garlic. Sometimes I might blend up the garlic cloves, but sometimes I just be like, I just use the ones in the jar. So 2 teaspoons, 2 garlic cloves minced. So I'm gonna just put this in there. Alrighty. Let's mix it up. Make sure your hands are clean, of course. Okay. Now, and then 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar. Let's see, did I already put sugar? I'm gonna put my sugar. You said just showing some support. Hope to get some sleep tonight. Hope all you had a good night. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You said you have never made egg rolls designs by V. Yes, they're actually not too hard to make. I'll Matter of fact, most of y'all already know that I have files and files of recipes that I use for like when I need to make stuff. So I'm gonna give you this recipe and just trying to see if I can get it big enough so I can show you on the phone. I guess I can just read it off to you and you can write it down. But now this works for pork, beef, or shrimp. And you need 1 pound of the pork, beef, or shrimp. And of course, if you use a shrimp, make sure it's peeled, divined, and roughly chopped. The ingredients are 12 egg roll wraps, 1 pound of ground beef or shrimp or pork, 2 teaspoons of fresh ginger, which we already put in there, 2 garlic cloves minced, which we already put in there, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, which I already put in the meat, 1/4 cup of soy sauce, which we are about to do, 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, 1 16-ounce bag of the shredded cabbage, carrot, slaw mix, 4 green onions sliced, and 1 egg beaten. Y'all just saw me crack my egg. So the egg is in there. And oil, of course, for the frying. And I have the oil in my deep fryer right now, frying. So the directions: brown the pork with the ginger and garlic in the pan, drain any grease. But if using shrimp, make sure you chop it up and saute the shrimp with the ginger and the garlic. Mix salt, sugar, soy sauce, and sesame oil. Add that to the pork, beef, or shrimp and mix well. We already did that. In a large bowl, combine the cabbage mix and the green onions, which y'all saw me do. Pour hot meat over vegetables and stir well, which I already put the meat in there. Lay the wraps in front of you so that it looks like a diamond. Place 3 tablespoons of pork filling in center of egg roll wrapper. Fold bottom point up over filling and roll once. Fold in right and left points, and y'all gonna see me do this. Brush beaten egg over top and folded point and finish rolling. Then set aside and repeat with remaining filling. Heat 2 to 3 inches of oil in a large frying pan to very hot, like 350 degrees. Fry a few egg rolls in pan at a time, 2 to 3 minutes per side. Drain on paper towels and serve with sweet and sour sauce, plum sauce, hoisin sauce, or jalapeno pepper jelly. So that's it. It's not too hard, not too difficult. And again, I already have the oil on. Like I was saying earlier, you can do it in a skillet. I've done it in a skillet before. But I also like to do it in a deep fryer too. So I have my deep fryer that I'm using tonight. But you can do it in a skillet too if you want. It doesn't take that much grease if you're using it in a skillet. But yeah, so okay. So we got our soy sauce, and we need 1/4 cup. And I got some leftover broccoli florets in there. Well, I should have took the little lid off, but it's already pouring now. But yes, designed by me. Ooh, my sons, they love when I make egg rolls. Like I said, the thing about making egg rolls is you can when you make them yourself at home, I'm pouring the mixture. When you make them yourself at home, you can make them as big as you want, as small as you want. This smells really good, you guys. This is, when I say you can make a lot of egg rolls with this mixture. You can make like 12 nice size ones, and then you still have enough left over. I'm gonna show y'all the mixture. Oh, you're welcome. You said what sauce will you use? I always use sweet and sour. Sometimes I use the what's the last one? The last one I said, which one was it? The jalapeno. I used a jalapeno pepper jelly. I used that before, but my go-to is usually sweet and sour sauce. Yes, please try it. It's really, really yummy. I'm telling you. This is the only recipe that I've used, and I tried many. Like I said, when I find a recipe that I like, whether it's, I don't care if it's mac and cheese, anything. When I try ones that I really like compared to others, I write it down. Well, I don't write it down, but I type it up and I save it to my Word file. So when I go, like in my computer, I have stuff under like chicken, pork, salads, cakes, pies. I have like all these different, files on my computer. And because you know how you find a good recipe and then it's like, oh my God, what was that recipe? Oh my God, where did I find that recipe? Oh my God, who gave me that recipe? So when I find a good one, I put it right on my computer and save it in my Word doc. So this is my go-to for egg rolls. But I think we see, I already put my sesame oil in there. Put my sugar. Okay. So let me mix my little egg up. I'm mixing my little egg up now because we're going to use that for the wraps. Okay, 1 second. I'm going to rinse off my board so I can do the wraps. So 1 second. Okay. Okay, we have a clean board now. And we have our wrap. You said it looks good. Thank you. Okay, the wraps kind of thin. They're kind of thin, but they're sturdy. And then we have the mixture, which I already showed you guys. And you don't need a whole lot of mixture. I mean, you don't have to have a whole lot of mixture. because the more mixture you put in there, the harder it is to wrap it up. So, and you want it to be wrapped pretty securely. So you do not need that much mixture. And then you just kind of wrap it up like this. I guess I can put a little bit more here. Put a little bit more. Kind of wrap it up like thus. Can y'all see? I wish I could move that sign. Hold on, let me move the keyboard. I want to make sure that y'all can see it. Okay. Is that better? Oh, this isn't working out too well. Okay, I'm just going to put the camera on the thing. Y'all don't have to see me. Y'all do not have to see me for this. So hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing now. So I'm just wrapping it up like this. Right? Then you roll it one time. And then you take your egg mixture, and you brush it over like this and at the top. So you do your 2 points on the side, you fold it in, and then you wrap like that. See? Pretty easy. Right? Let me do another one. Okay, you have your center, you set it like in a triangle, like a plate on a ball field. Fill it with your mixture. And again, like I said, you don't have to put a whole bunch in there. I know some people like their egg rolls really, really big, but it's harder to securely fold when you have a whole bunch in there. And then you just kind of push it to the end so you can roll it. Roll it once. Then take your egg and just brush the corners right here. Brush the corner right there and brush that top triangle. And you fold it in right here. Fold it in right here. Then roll it up. And then you just set the ones on the side. And you just do as many as you want. Now, it's 3 of us, me and my 2 sons. So, generally, I'll make the whole 12. You see these big chunks of pork? So, it's plenty of pork. The amount that I said that I used was 1.5 pounds of pork, which is plenty of pork. And 1 bag of the carrot slaw mix. See, a lot of people think making egg rolls is a little bit complicated, but it's really not. It's really not complicated at all. So I hope you guys can see this okay, because I can hardly see the screen. And I definitely can't see the comments right now, so when I pull the screen back up, I'll read the comments. But okay, and just remember, when you're rolling it, you push all the filling towards the end, put the wrap over it, and roll it one time. Just one time. And then put your egg on the right and left, and at the top corner. And fold the sides over, fold the side over, and roll, and roll, and roll. Okay, so I'm going to take these. I'll be right back. I'm going to take these and sit them over here because the grease is ready. Reese's Ready. Okay. Sorry, I had to move the Okay, did y'all see it okay? I know I got a lot of stuff over here. Okay, I need a fork. So yeah. As I was saying, it's not that hard. You said you did a good job. I'll make some for the holiday. Yes, make some for the holiday. I'm always down with trying to do something different for the holidays because a lot of times we get the same. And it's not like, I won't say I get tired of holiday food, but I'm the kind of person, and I've always been the kind of person that I prefer, like, the traditional holiday foods only several times a year. Like, now I don't mean just on the holiday, but when you grew up in a home that just lived off of soul food, like pork this, pig this, pig that, and beans all the time, and stuff like that. I still love that type of food, but a lot of times that's why I ask my kids when it's dinner time. I ask my kids, what y'all want for dinner? And they tell me, and sometimes it could be Mexican, it could be Chinese, like what we're doing now. It could be mom, make some greens, make some pinto beans, make some, you never know. And when we were growing up, we didn't always have that advantage of telling our parents what we wanted to cook. I mean, what we wanted them to cook. It was, Mom, what you cooking? Beans again, or rice, or fried chicken, and not like we don't like the food, but it's like, dang, always something. My mom never been like experimental when it came to dishes. She never been like she would try different things, but it wasn't like different. It wasn't like different ethics. You know what I mean? Like if she tried different things, it would be like some different type of soul food or something like that. You know what I mean? Some traditional Southern, food or something. She would never venture out and trying to make her own Chinese. Like she loved Chinese too. You said she would what was I say? Oh, she loved her Chinese too. There's this restaurant that closed down some years ago, and she would go there every week, once a week at least, to get her Chinese. But she would never try to make her own Chinese. You should be careful with the egg, not knock it down. Also foodie. I travel the world and I have to be open to. Yes, I am so open to food. Like I'm open to try different things, And growing up, we didn't always have that different thing. So that's why after I got older, I'm like, okay, I love my soul food, but outside of holidays, like, and when I say soul food, I mean the turkey dressing, the you know, the whole shebang. I'm not just saying like greens. I can eat greens every Sunday, you know, things like that. But I mean like the whole shebang. I like to kind of reserve that as special occasion type of stuff. Yeah, variety. I like variety. And sometimes certain soul foods and stuff I grew up on is like a special occasion type of thing to me. But that's just me. That's just me. One second, y'all. Okay. Now the meat in the refrigerator been marinating for about an hour now for the beef and broccoli. And of course, you know, that traditionally goes over rice. So I'm not gonna make the rice and that stuff till tomorrow. So we just doing the egg rolls. I already got the broccoli florets cut and everything. And got everything ready for the beef. The beef is already marinated and everything. So tomorrow, when I actually put it together, because that kind of stuff I like to be fresh. Egg rolls, you can make egg rolls as long as you seal them up really well. They taste really good, you know, a day later or so. But you said, oh, I already saw your comment say you like variety. But yep, so I'm going to get these egg rolls in. It's almost, oh my God, it's 2:00. So I'm going to get these egg rolls in. And then what I will probably do, which I do sometimes, I condense my videos to like certain sections or certain content that I was commenting on and make a separate new video for that. So what I'll probably do tomorrow after I do the beef and broccoli is take the portions of this video where I was just doing the mixing the food and getting the food together and stuff like that. And I'll condense it into a smaller version. And then I will just title it by itself, beef and broccoli recipe, egg roll recipe, you know, for people who might just want to see the recipe or just have that video separate. So I will go ahead and do that for you guys. Just in case anybody, you know, that way if you come back later, you don't have to watch this whole video or skim through it and all that kind of stuff just to get to the recipe. You know what I mean? You said I have 3 electric fryers, 2 I have never used, brand new. Oh, I love my electric fryer. I have so many things that are electric right here. Electric fryer, steamers. Ooh, the egg rolls. They look good. They look good. Oh, and I have, of course, my electric roaster. Like 4 crock pots. Okay, so let me see. I got 4 in there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to do 1 more. And then I'm going to put the rest of the mixture in the refrigerator. Then again, I might just go ahead and do all of them. Maybe I'll take some to work tomorrow. I might take some to work tomorrow and give to my coworkers. Because I'm going to have a big, huge wok of beef and broccoli. So I'll be able to take some, because that's what I'm basically going to do. I'm going to do the beef and broccoli before I go to work. That way it's nice and fresh. And then take some to work for me so I can eat at work. And then maybe bring a plate for my coworkers. You said I got them from the thrift store, new in the box. Oh, your electric fryers? Yeah, I mean, when it comes to electric fryers, I done had several. I done had some from like the Nebraska Furniture Mart, which is like, you know, a really top scale furniture spot here in the Northwest, in the Midwest. They have one in Kansas City too, and I think they have some in Texas. And I think that's it. Council Bluffs, no, maybe I think Council Bluffs or Iowa or somewhere, but yeah. So Nebraska, I done got some from like the dollar store, from Walmart. And you know, when it comes to things like that, electric fryers, you can get a pretty decent one from like almost anywhere. So a lot of items that I buy, they don't always be like upscale. But yeah, and I like all of them. But the one I'm using now is one of my latest ones. And it's not a huge big one. It's like a mid-sized one. You can use it for your fries, for your shrimp, you know, stuff like that. So it's just like a mid-sized one. But I love it. It works really well. And I'm actually about to take those egg rolls out, and I'm going to show you what they look like cooked. And then I'm going to throw some more in. So let me go and take these out. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Okay, where's my little... Mm-hmm. Okay, these bad boys are really hot. I just want to let you catch a glimpse of them. Here's one. I don't want to drip no grease on the computer. Here's another one. So see, they're pretty nice size. Pretty nice size. Child, and when I say they delicious, they delicious. Trust me. Just take my word for it. But yeah, you said you have a bunch of electric turkey fryer. That's the one I need. That's what I need. I want me a turkey fryer so bad. You said fryer, the XL one. That's what I need. And you have a bunch of electric ones I got for cheap. Oh shoot. You can never have too many. You can never have too many. I'm telling you. But yes, you guys, I'm about to get my butt off of here. Tomorrow again, before I go to work, I'm going to do another video. I don't think I'm going to do it live. I'm going to just do me putting the broccoli and beef together with the rice and stuff. The meat is already cooked. It's marinating. I'm going to just leave it in the fridge marinating overnight. And all my other stuff is ready for the beef broccoli mixture. So I'll put that together, do a video, and then I'll make one shorter version of this video with just the recipe and the egg rolls and all that and the beef and broccoli, and add that to my video collection. So within 24 hours, I will have a short condensed version of just this recipe and the egg rolls for you guys. So anywho, I'm about to get out of here. It's almost 2:30 a.m. where I am in the Midwest. Thank you guys for staying up with me and chit-chatting with me and, you know, watching me while I do my little thing with my food and stuff. But you guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for tuning in again. Make sure you do not forget to like the video, thumbs up the video, share it out if you like, and subscribe to my channel if you are not already subscribed. Thank you, Primetime Squad. And everybody have a good evening. I will talk to y'all later. Oh, you said you paid $20? Oh, shoot, girl. Now, that's a deal. That is a deal, and I love a good deal. You are so welcome, Designs by V. Look forward to my shorter condensed video tomorrow of the recipe. And I will try to include the actual printout of the recipe, even though I read it off to you guys. I'm going to try to include the actual printout of the recipe on the video too. So until we meet again, stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out. Deuces.